Alright, what's going on everybody? It's your boy Akeen and welcome to this vlog. Here to give you a college football preview on the Florida State Seminoles for the 2016 college football season. Last season the Noles went 10-3 overall, losing in a big upset loss against Houston in last season's Peach Bowl. That was a great game and a great season for the Houston Cougars. Got to give my hat out for them. But Florida State is looking to bounce back this upcoming season. Now they actually haven't had Everett Golson as the starting quarterback last season, but Sean McGuire, who does have some experience, is going to be at the helm at quarterback. So Jimbo Fisher is going to be focused more on him and building this team back, and hopefully can make it to the college football playoff comes towards the end of the year with McGuire at quarterback. But he does have a slew of talent around him, starting with a first-team All-ACC running back in Dalvin Cook, who actually had the Florida State single season rushing record with 1,691 yards on the ground and 19 rushing touchdowns. And I think he will definitely beat out Warrick Dunn for the school's all career rushing record. And I think he's going to be doing that this upcoming season. He reminds me a lot of Warrick Dunn, but he has more power in his running ability. And I think that Warrick Dunn was the better receiver outside of the backfield. But as far as running the football, I think that Cook is the better running back between the two, in my opinion, because I think he comes with a little bit more power. Other players that McGuire is going to be using around him, he does have the return of the top two wide receivers, starting with Kermit Whitfield, who runs a 4.37 40. He's definitely going to use that speed a lot. Last season, he had 798 yards receiving, and their leading target was Travis Rudolph. I think he's a bigger target, a taller target between the two. I think this is a good tandem between these two players. And they do have the return of first-team All-ACC honor in Roderick Johnson, the offensive tackle. He's entering his junior season, and he is one of my top tackles hopefully going to be entering the 2017 NFL Draft. Now, defensively, like the Clemson Tigers, they did lose a couple of key players, particularly in Jalen Ramsey, but they do have some great players who are returning. I'm starting with DeMarcus Walker, who actually had 10.5 sacks last season and second-team All-ACC honors. Now, I did mention that Jalen Ramsey is no longer with the team, but they have a player that people actually believe that he will be the next great defensive back for Florida State, and that is Derwin James. He's definitely a great versatile athlete who could play both safety and even defensive end. He has a quick first steps, and even according to Roderick Johnson, he plays like a missile coming off the snap. He could definitely get behind the backfield, but he's going to be used more as a safety. He's a big player and a freakish athlete at safety. I think that he will be a first-team All-Honors come towards at the end of the season. Now, unlike Clemson, Florida State has a very tough schedule, one of the toughest schedules in the nation. Start with their first game September 5th against Ole Miss. That's going to be a tough matchup. September 17th against a tough Louisville team, and they have a couple good defensive players I'm going to talk about in their preview. On September 24th against South Florida. South Florida has a great quarterback in Quentin Flowers, who is re-entering this upcoming season. October 1st against North Carolina, and they have a good running back in Elijah Hood. October the 8th against the U, Miami. And October 29th on my birthday, they're going to have a rematch of last season's loss against the Clemson Tigers. I think that game will definitely be the deciding factor of who will win the Atlantic Division of the Atlantic Coast Conference. And on November 26th, in-state rivalry against the Florida Gators. They have a very tough schedule. Now, Sean McGuire actually had 4 interceptions last season in that Peach Bowl loss to Houston. So he needs to do a better job in making his decision in his passes, especially in these tough matchups. So McGuire is definitely going to be the X factor for this team. If he does just good enough, especially with the great talent around him, and I think that Fisher's defense is going to do great enough with Walker as well as Derwin James returning, I think the defense is going to be fine. It's all about Sean McGuire and how he performs throughout the season. Now, this year, I actually have them going 11-2. I think they're going to lose that game against Clemson and then lose 11-1 this season. They're going to lose that game to Clemson and hopefully be an out-large bit of a another great BCS Bowl matchup, possibly make it back to the Peach Bowl, but we will see. Now, the next time I'm going to catch you guys will be just a couple of minutes. Going to talk about my next vlog and talking about the Louisville Cardinals. Thank you for watching this vlog. I'm your man, Akeen McCall. Be easy.